All right, guys, so this is the official 4-month mark since I got my second hair transplant with Dr. Jimmy Cortez at Capillary Hair Center. For being 4 months, I'm very happy with the results. Let me get a little close so you guys can see. But I feel that there's a lot of volume and thickness. It just looks full. And again, this is at 4 months. My area of concern was this side, which is my right. When I would move my hair over to the left, you can see through. It looked like it was really starting to thin. For it being 4 months, I'm very surprised. I honestly thought, like the first hair transplant, I wouldn't really see the results until 6 or 7 months in. But it's only been 4, and I'm very happy. This time around, I didn't cut my hair after the transplant, so it also grew in, the whole way. Versus the first time I did get a haircut, I think about a month or a month and a half in, which I shouldn't have done. But this is how it looks. The donor area, I'm not going to turn around in this chair because it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I think if you want to see it, you can see it in the video from last month. One of the things I did want to go over this month is some of the questions I get constantly in my DMs, and I completely get why people ask me these questions. It was a big concern for me the first time around. So the question mainly that I get is, how is it going to TJ? Is it scary? How's the area? How did you feel through the whole process? And honestly, I was definitely scared. You read about stuff, you hear about stuff in the news. There's travel advisories of areas you shouldn't visit. TJ is always kind of just in the news for killings and cartel stuff and all that. But after going the first time, I didn't feel any of that. It was honestly very safe. So I'll kind of give you guys a quick recap of how it went the first time around. So I flew from Chicago to San Diego, which is where I'm from. And once I got to San Diego, one of the drivers from the hair center picked me up at the border. From the border, it's about a 20-minute drive to the hotel. The first time around, it was a different hotel than this time. But keep in mind, the first time I did it with HMR. This time I did the hair transplant at Capillary Hair Center. So the hotel that I stood at this second time around is called Lucerna. And if you look it up online, it honestly has a 4.5 rating and like 3,500 reviews, which that alone should tell you what kind of hotel it is. When you get there, it's really nice. There's like a huge water fountain out front. They have a rooftop bar, restaurant with a pool on the floor. So I would say don't worry about the hotel. I know it's a little bit scary, especially if you haven't flown outside of the country. One of the reasons I specifically chose Tijuana is because I speak fluent Spanish. So I knew that if I had to communicate or whatever, it wouldn't be an issue versus like going to Turkey or going to some other places where I didn't know the language. So that was a big plus for me. But like I said, once you get picked up from the airport, you get taken to the hotel. The first time around, I stayed at the hotel about 1 day. The next day, I literally walked over to the medical center, had the procedure done. That took about 5-6 hours the first time, and then I just walked back. Once you're about ready to check out, the same driver will pick you up, and they take you to across the border, which takes a little bit longer because visas and all that other stuff, and then they drop you off at the airport. That was for me, who had to fly into San Diego from Chicago. Some people that I know and I've seen in Facebook groups on Reddit will just drive across the border, and it's a lot easier for them. But one thing I would advise definitely is don't just listen to me. I already did it, and I've gone over there twice and back, and I'm here and I have my head attached to my body, so I'm good. But for sure, one thing that I think helped me out a lot or convinced me to take that jump and just go over there and do it, on top of the fact that I was going to save like $20,000 at this point after having 2 hair transplants, was talking to people on Reddit. I joined different Facebook groups. I would DM people that I would see went to Tijuana. I would look up keywords on Reddit for same thing, Tijuana, hair transplants, and then I would just DM those people. And obviously you'll see that all the people that are gonna reply to you, they're legitimate, they're gonna help you. I never felt and I never got a message from anyone pushing this certain clinic or that they had a different agenda than just answering my questions. Same thing with me. If you guys have any questions that I haven't answered or gone over, let me know, send me a DM. But definitely just keep in mind that the place that you get the procedure, it's in a big medical area. So there's not only hair transplants going on, there's dentistry, there's plastic surgery, and it's just a nice area. So don't worry about having to cross the border. Don't worry about getting kidnapped or worrying about the cartel. I personally did not go out, so I don't know if that's something that you want to do. If you want to go out, there's a lot of things to do in TJ. I'm sure you could also look them up yourself. I personally did not. I went by myself. Had I gone with somebody, maybe a buddy of mine, maybe I would have done that, but I didn't. So I had a good time by myself in the hotel. I did room service, and then I visited the bar upstairs. I think I put a video of that as well. But again, if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'll do a 6-month update and let you guys see where everything's going. Have a good one.